gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
The motherfucking hoes. Nigga, we act them those. Don't you act like a hoe. Hold on, bro. How act like bows? I act like so. I act like so. Give me that we blowing in. This shit on top. You know what it is? You know what it is? A bad business. No shit. No shit. Let him hit. Let him hit it. Bitch, we no shit. We outside with the shit. We outside with your bull ass. Yeah, we bitch outside. Bro, don't jump my weed. Oh, shit.
All right, guys. So I showed you this video because it's extremely scary. You have these 3 young toddlers who are acting like rappers, pointing water guns or Nerf guns into the camera and acting like they're smoking a blunt with a crayon. Guys, where are the parents? Okay, this is the main question. Where are the parents? The parents have a responsibility to expose their children to things that are going to be productive in their lives, not destructive. And you can tell that whoever is raising these children is playing NBA YoungBoy and all types of other destructive rap artists, black rap artists around their children. That's why it is not good to play rap music around your kids, especially if they are this young. I could understand if they're 8th grade or, high school, but these kids this age, they should be listening to Kids Bop. They should be listening to instrumentals, jazz or Mozart or something like that. But instead, they are using Nerf guns as blickies and trying to act hard and flaunt fake weapons in the camera. And it's definitely sad because you can predict their life expectancy just off of this clip. Okay? So like I've been saying time and time again, sisters, come get your kids.
Developing today, Grand Rapids police are investigating 2 deadly shootings on the city's south side.
Officers say the 2 do not appear to be connected. News 8's Kyle Mitchell is in the newsroom with the latest. Kyle?
Emily and Tom, the most recent shooting happened around 8 o'clock this morning on Union Avenue near Oakdale Street. Police Chief Eric Winstrom says officers found a woman dead after neighbors heard gunshots and called police. A suspect took off but was found a short time later on the city's northeast side.
So I've told you guys this before, women, children, it doesn't matter. These super gremlins are on demon time. And anybody can pretty much get it. Unfortunately, this is how the game is going down nowadays, all right? You have these super gremlins who are deleting their significant others at a high rate. We all know that the domestic violence rate in the community is higher than many other demographics, if not most other demographics. And that's something that we need to work on. That's something that is not talked about a lot and in many cases justified in the community. And I would go as far as to say even enabled at times. So guys, we definitely need to spread awareness. That's why I make these videos. And I mean, it's just sad.
Police have not released his name. Officers were working to locate children who live in the home this morning to make sure that they were safe. And the chief says there's no threat to the public in connection with the shooting.
Looks like this is likely a domestic incident. At this point in time, we have not identified the victim, but it's a very strong possibility. I'd be surprised if this wasn't domestic in nature.
And around 1:30 this morning, a man was shot and killed on the southwest side of Grand Rapids. It happened on Burton Street near Buchanan Avenue.
Damn. The same Well, the next night, or the following morning rather, another man shot dead. Guys, this should not be normal, but this has become normalized in the community. And obviously, the no snitching rule is in full effect, and I don't expect anything different.
The victim's name has not been released. Police have identified a person of interest, but have not made an arrest. If you have any information that can help investigators, call GRPD or Silent Observer. In the newsroom, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
All right, Kyle, thank you for that.
2 people are dead after 2 shootings on Grand Rapids South Side. The incidents taking place this morning within hours of one another. News 8's Demetrius Sanders spoke with the sister of one of the victims. He shares their message.
The most recent of the 2 shootings happened at a home on Union Avenue Southeast at around 8 this morning, claiming the life of a woman. Tonight, that woman's sister says she's shocked about the situation. A morning of violence in Grand Rapids. At around 1:40 a.m., officers say a man was shot on Burton Street Southwest between Division and Buchanan. He later died at the hospital. Just more than 6 hours later, a woman was killed after shots were fired on Union Avenue Southeast near Oakdale. Police say they don't believe the 2 incidents are connected, and the second shooting was likely a domestic incident.
Her best friend called me and was literally hysterical. And I jumped up, what's going on, what's wrong? And she said, my sister is gone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like, I just talked to my sister a couple days ago. What are you talking about? I get here, she's already gone.
Cassie White says it was her older sister that died during the shooting on Union Avenue.
I'm just so lost for words. I can't cry. I'm cried out. This hits home.
She declined to identify her sister, but says she was a mother of 3 with a heart of gold.
My sister was fun. She was goofy. She liked to go out, have a good time, very well dressed. She loved her kids, make sure her kids was intact and ordered before she did anything.
White said.
So, you know, when you do have good mothers who are looking out for their children, unfortunately, we know in the community that the worst of us are taking out the best of us. So even when you do have good mothers, she could be easily taken out by one of these super gremlins on demon time.
Says her sister was in a relationship and she's surprised domestic violence may have been involved in her death.
It was very shocking because I could never, see that type of thing being, something my sister would, be dealing with.
While talking with News 8, White says she's keeping in mind the many people impacted by that type of violence.
It's becoming too common nowadays in Grand Rapids, let alone Michigan. It's not fair. It's not fair.
She says her sister was known by many, and this is a big loss.
I love my sister, and I'm definitely gonna miss her.
Now, a suspect has been arrested for the shooting on Union Avenue. Police say a person of interest has been identified for the shooting on Burton Street, but no arrests have been made.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pop.
Y'all tell me what they say.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
New
at noon, we're learning more about an early morning shooting on the southeast side of Grand Rapids that killed one person. 13 on your side's Nate Belt joins us live from the scene with more. Belt,
by the way, she cold.
Joins us live from the scene with more.
Yeah, we're right now at the intersection of Union and Oakdale, southeast side of Grand Rapids. Want to give you a look specifically 1400 block of Union. You can see just down the road here, police continuing to investigate outside of the home. You see that umbrella on the ground, 2 officers standing outside. That is where they've been going in and out of all morning. Chief Eric Winstrom tells us they got a 911 call reporting gunshots in the area around 8 this morning. When officers arrived, they found a woman dead inside the home here. The suspect wasn't found immediately, but Winstrom says they were able to track that person to the northeast side of Grand Rapids. That's where they were taken into custody. Now, the chief also tells us the suspect and victim were not the only ones who lived inside the home. We know that there are kids that live in the...
So they had children as well, okay? And the man obviously has done this in front of the children. To traumatize these kids at this young age, to have their father, or, you know, I don't know if it's their father. You know how these parental situations in the community can be very mixed. And by mixed, I mean, you know, you got a lot of stepdaddying going on, but these guys aren't necessarily stepdaddies. They're just guys coming in and smashing mama. So the fact that this man took the life of this woman in front of her children, very disgraceful. All right. A light needs to be shined on these situations, and I fear that they are literally being looked over, grazed over, not taken seriously.
In the home, or that frequent the home, talking to neighbors. We're trying to locate those children. It's very much developing, where we're trying to figure out everyone's identity and where everyone lives. Our first priority is to locate and identify those kids and make sure they're safe. We're working on that actively right now. Now, again, Chief Winstrom emphasizes there is no ongoing threat to the public at this time, as this was believed to be a domestic incident. And as you heard him say, the investigation continues by the Grand Rapids Police Department, and we will continue to follow up on that and bring you updates as soon as we have them, both on air and online. But for now, reporting live in Grand Rapids, Nate Belt, 13 on your side.
Tonight, court documents are shedding new light on a deadly shooting in Grand Rapids, in which investigators believe is the result of domestic violence.
It happened last week on Union Avenue Southeast near Oakdale, taking the life of a mother of 3.
News 8's Demetrius Sanders has the latest.
Marcus Lofton is facing 2 different felonies for the death of his wife, Alicia. According to court documents, the killing happened 1 day after he was served divorce papers.
Damn.
On the morning of August 17th, Grand Rapids police responded to calls of an unresponsive woman with multiple gunshot wounds next to a home on Union Avenue Southeast near Oakdale.
So as you guys can see, the man was apparently being served divorce papers, and he didn't want to give up, I guess. Guys, this is where you bow out gracefully. The woman wants to leave. Let her go. It doesn't make sense to take these drastic measures. Obviously, you guys were not able to work out the relationship, but this is that I can't see myself living without you mentality, which is a extremely toxic mentality, if I might add, because this mentality pushes you to doing things like this. Okay?
42-year-old Marcus Lofton is charged with open murder and felony firearm for allegedly shooting and killing his wife Alicia Lofton in that incident. According to a probable cause affidavit, Marcus told investigators the day prior Alicia served him divorce papers and was selling the house. On the 17th, Marcus said an argument ensued where he grabbed Alicia's pistol that was found in a drawer, and as he attempted to strike her, it went off. He then told police Alicia went into a room and locked the door, and after Marcus forced it open, Alicia was climbing out a window to exit the house.
Wow, he had this woman jumping out of windows. That's crazy.
That's when Marcus says he shot her several times. At the time of the shooting, Marcus wasn't supposed to be in contact with Alicia due to a domestic violence arrest in May. Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker says domestic violence is on the short list of crimes his office sees each day.
Doesn't discriminate based on geographic area, doesn't discriminate in terms of socioeconomic, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and you notice how he didn't say it doesn't discriminate when it comes to race, because unfortunately this is an issue that we are dealing with ad nauseum in the community, where we have extremely high domestic violence rates. I think 43% higher than any other demographic, or the second place demographic rather. And that's not something that we should be proud of or embracing, right? But I believe that there's just not enough awareness on it, okay? I believe that the community as a whole doesn't even think that this is true, right? They think that, we're just the best lovers, and, black men, and I'm not saying that you can't have great experiences with anybody, right? But what I am saying is we have an issue. This is definitely a internal issue when it comes to the domestic violence in the community. And unless we actually acknowledge it, there's nothing that's going to be done about it.
In response to an increase in domestic violence cases, in 2022, $4 million of American Rescue Plan funding was set aside for Kent County's Domestic Violence Action Network.
We're looking for the funding. We saw probably our highest level. I think we had five or six domestic violence homicides.
In addition to establishing a domestic violence court in Kent County with the funding, another goal is a lethality review program for high-risk cases.
Take a look at those basic cases we may get and still take a look at it and say, oh, this one may be a little bit more serious. We got to do a little more focus on.
Victim advocates with the prosecutor's office have already started training on lethality review assessments. With the info that's collected, Becker says it can help direct resources.
Whether it be the victim, maybe it's the defendant that needs more restrictions. It's really responding individually to that case by getting that information.
And Becker says it will take a holistic approach to address the issue of domestic violence in the community.
It's not just a prosecutor's office, so we have Safe Haven, the Y, law enforcement, it's everybody that's trying to come together to really make an impact on these types of cases.
If Lofton is convicted, he could serve up to life in prison. In Grand Rapids, Demetrius Sanders, News 8.
Family is sharing their grief tonight after a Grand Rapids mother was shot and killed last week.
According to court records, the suspect is in custody. It's the man she was trying to divorce. Our Julie Dunmeyer joins us with more. Julie.
Yeah, Josh and Max, family tells me it's hard for them to even hear Alicia Lofton's full name because she shares the same last name with the man who allegedly shot and killed her. Loved ones saying their main focus right now is on the 3 children she leaves behind.
Loving, outgoing, high-spirited, give you the clothes off her back, loved her kids, loved life.
This is Alicia Lofton, pictured here with her 3 children.
My oldest niece is graduating college next year, and her mom's not going to be there. She's going to be looking in the crowd to see her mom. It's going to suck that my nephew is going to Grand Valley for his first year, and he's looking for his mom to be there. It's going to suck.
So, as you can see, the woman is leaving behind children, and obviously these people are going to be broken and forever affected. So that's definitely a sad situation here.
Suck for my youngest niece in high school, who's not going to have her mom to pick out her prom dress.
And Alicia's loss will be felt long after she's gone, says Faustino Garcia, the family spokesperson.
Terrible, very terrible. Growing up, Alicia was like a sister to me.
A sister, now gone. Court records say on August 17th, Alicia was killed by multiple gunshot wounds to her head and body. Alicia's husband, Marcus Lofton, now in jail, charged with open murder for her death.
These kids have lost their mother, they lost their matriarch, they lost somebody that cared for them, and that's where I want the light shed on more, as not being shed on that guy.
Court records give Fox 17 a better idea about the final moments of Alicia's life. Marcus allegedly told officers he'd been served divorce papers and an argument followed. During the argument, Marcus told officers he tried to hit Alicia with her own Glock, but the gun went off.
Damn.
Next, Alicia reportedly locks herself in a bedroom. Marcus told officers he broke down the door, found Alicia crawling out of the bedroom window before he opened fire.
Definitely a tragic loss because of the tragic story behind it as well.
According to court records, Marcus and Alicia are said to...
So this is the super gremlin of the hour. Completely just crashed out. Completely just crashed out.
Have had a history of domestic violence during their time as a married couple. The two were married in February, but just a few months later in May, Marcus was arrested for domestic violence, accused of harming Alicia.
Damn.
Court records say he wasn't supposed to have contact with Alicia, a condition of his bond from the May arrest. Family saying the hardest hit by all of this are Alicia's 3 children.
To find out that your mother was tragically murdered. My oldest niece is 22. My nephew is 19, and then her youngest daughter is 14. So they're handling it as best as they can.
Family hoping this tragedy shines a light on domestic violence in the loved ones left behind.
We shed some light on, domestic violence, I know it's tough for a lot of women to speak out, but just speak out on it.
Meanwhile, a GoFundMe has been set up to help support Alicia's children during this time. Her oldest daughter is set to graduate from Western this year. Her middle son is starting out at Grand Valley this fall, and her youngest daughter is heading back to high school soon. Live in the newsroom, Julie Dunmeyer, Fox 17 News.
All right, guys. So I did some more digging, and I actually found out the reason why this man deleted his wife. And it is going to be extremely shocking. It's going to be disappointing, so buckle up.
Okay, you guys, we have to talk about this story because it's currently trending now, and it's really tragic and it's really sad, but there's a lot of details to go over. So I was on Facebook, of course, and I saw this story about a Michigan man who allegedly killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man. Now,
Wow. So basically this man was LGBT, smashing ninjas, and she found out. She wants to get away from him, and he crashes out. These super LGBT gremlins are on demon time.
Now, in this mugshot, this is Marcus Lofton, and this is his wife, Alicia Lofton. And be in mind, they only got married in February. It's August. Now, someone has screenshotted some information from her Facebook page before it got taken down. Now, his wife at the time had been on that Whose Man Is This page from the Grand Rapids area.
No.
Basically, there's a Facebook page that you can see if you're dating the same guy. Now, you would think that she would do it before she got married, but nonetheless, maybe she had some sneaky suspicions about him, and that's what prompted her to go look for that page. Now, the person states in the screenshot, and you could pause to read it, that when she posted her husband's picture in there, a bunch of men had been stating that they had had affairs with him.
No.
Another person had corroborated it and said that she had went live on Facebook before she removed her page. Basically exposed all of it and everything that she had found on that Is This Your Man's Grand.
Dang. I mean, whoo. And the sisters are rejoicing, not because this woman was deleted, but because they get to expose a DL man. Okay, that is like that's like their not their kryptonite, but that's basically what they use as a secret weapon against men. It's a #1 shaming tactic, and obviously the wife was upset to find that out. But the sisters online, it validates their belief that a lot of brothers are on the DL. So I saw a lot of rejoicing in the comment section, like, just come out already, that type of stuff. And I mean, it's really upsetting. It's really sad that this guy felt like he had to do that. And it's sad that he took an innocent woman's life because of his own sexual proclivities.
Grand Rapids edition. Now, before Marcus had scrubbed his Facebook page clean, he had posted this on June 21st and said, "I am a narcissist, #good morning." Maybe him and his wife had got into it and she had maybe made this quote to him, or maybe he was doing it as an off-color joke, but nonetheless, someone was able to screenshot this before he scrubbed his page clean. Now, here's the update, and it was updated about 6 hours ago. It says a Grand Rapids man allegedly told the police that he had shot his wife multiple times the day after she had served him with divorce papers. Now, it's likely she did the live stream first and then, talked it out with her friends and girlfriends and then served him the divorce papers. It said the couple had been married just in February, and Marcus was arraigned on Friday, August 18th on charges of open murder and felony firearms, and he is held in jail without a bond. Now, after the incident, officers said that they had identified him because he had just been walking off. So I guess he did the deed and walked down the street for air. I don't know. Now, when detectives interviewed Marcus, he told them that his wife, they married in February, and that she had served him divorce papers the day before, and she had told him that she was selling the house. Now, mind you, back in February, he had a domestic violence charge against him, against his wife, and he wasn't even supposed to be in contact with her, but lo and behold, he made his way back to the house. Now, Marcus then told detectives that they were arguing, and then he grabbed Alicia's, which is a right here, from the drawer and tried to strike her with it. So I guess to whip her. Now, according to the affidavit, he told the officers that it had went off, and his wife then moved to the bedroom and locked the door. Marcus then told detectives that he had forced the door open and that his wife tried to climb out the window. And then he had admitted to unaliving her and shooting her multiple times before he fled the scene in his maroon SUV.
Wow.
And here's this other footnote. It says, according to social media, a page that is used to expose XY's men in the Grand Rapids area who are on the down low posted a video of the suspect engaged in acts with another man.
So they got videos of this man. Oh man, this dude is all the way down bad.
It's alleged that his wife had saw the video and then posted it on her personal page before taking it down, which has been deleted. Allegedly, the suspect is the one who deleted the page and then went further to unalive his estranged wife. Now, he's scheduled back in court on September 5th for a preliminary exam. And on September 5th, I'll keep you guys posted on what that preliminary exam consists of. But this story is so sad because here's my thing. If you wanted to be with the opposite sex, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get married and try to use your wife as a cover. Just be out there and open. It's literally 2023.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.